Welcome everybody to Book Club Friday, and welcome everybody to John Ski Writes. Today I'm going to do something not different. We're going to talk about books, but we're going to talk about comic books instead. So let's start with, do you guys consider comic books books? Obviously you still read them. Like one of my challenges this year, or my goals this year, was to read 24 books. I probably won't do that because I get gaps in between when I read a few books, then I need a break, I read a few books, and I want a break. Just helps me get involved in the story more because I get very involved in the story. So this way I'm not just reading story after story after story after story. Like, I know some people do that, some people love that, but I just can't do that. I just like to get involved in the story and then take a break and be like, whoa, step out of that world and into a new one. So for me, I don't count comic books as books I've read this year. Like if I read 20 comic books, they're not very big, so I wouldn't then classify them as books read, but I still class them as books. They're comic books. So do you class them as comic books? Do you count them as in, if you're on Goodreads or whatever and you count books that you read per year, do you count them as that? Do you count them as books read? Do you read comic books? Do you count them as books read? Do you count them as books? So I count them as books, but not as books read. So I'm just going to be talking about a little series that I used to get. I used to have a subscription, which I got from Comic-Con about, 7-8 years ago. When I was a kid, I loved X-Men. I loved the cartoons. I loved Gambit. Gambit's my favourite character. Favourite Marvel character, actually, just generally. I love Gambit. Stemming from that cartoon when I was a kid. But so that's the reason I got this actual comic book subscription. I got it because it was the X-Men. And there's quite a lot of obviously things in the comics that, that cross over. So I think one of the episodes I've actually got, which I really do like, is, Avengers versus X-Men. And you do see a lot of characters from certain Marvel bits that you've seen on TV and film, etc., that are all in the comic books. They all sort of mix and match, and the bad guys from this character face this character, and the good guys go into this one, that one. So I really enjoy them. So I know a couple of people I've spoken to that watch the channel, that are subscribed. By the way, give the video a thumbs up if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified of all future videos. Yay! But I know a few people that do actually watch and subscribe to the channel. They do read comic books, but I've never spoken to them about if they classify them as books. So there you go. Comment below. Do you read comics? Do you classify them as books? What's your favourite comic book character? Are you Marvel, DC? Do you like a separate thing to meet up? I mean, I like Kick-Ass. Don't actually know who owns the rights to that, to be fair. I love Kick-Ass. I've only ever actually read the first one. My friend got the 3 of them and he borrowed them, but I only actually read the first one. So, but I love Kick-Ass. A lot darker in the comic book though than in the films for obvious reasons. But yeah, so I really enjoy them. I've actually got a selection. If you look here, I've actually got a selection. This is from the collection I used to have. I used to get way back when. Some actually really good episodes. Some of these I still actually read yet. So I never used to read them all at once. Sometimes I got them and I read them the day they come in the post. But if I was working or if I was busy or I had plans, then I might not read it, and then I think, it'd be a couple of weeks by the time I actually got around to reading it. So I'll just read it when the next one came in. I'd read 2 at a time or read 3 or 4 at a time, depending on what my schedule was at the time when I used to get them. So it's good. Like nowadays, everyone just binge watches Netflix or binge watches something on TV. I used to binge read the comic books. So I think there's actually 1 or 2 I haven't actually read. I've got a Spider-Man one somewhere as well that I need to read still. I've had that for years and I've still not read that. But I love comic books. That was what led me to love the Marvel and DC films, TV shows, etc., etc. So it all started from that. So yeah, that's where it all stemmed from. So yeah, hopefully you've liked this content, or just me talking about comic books in general. It's something I'd like to do more on the channel. Would like to do book reviews on comics as well. Comic books, sorry. Just because it is something that I like. It's something I used to do as a kid and something I used to do as an adult as well, actually. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. There's Pay It Forward to end the video, so stay for that. Very, very talented artist that I'm gonna put up in a minute. But also, don't forget Monday is the reenactment of the music videos. I'm going to do it in segments, actually. I'm going to do a couple in each, maybe 3, 4, 5. I've not finished editing the video for Monday yet. I'm going to do that, finish it off at the weekend. So, but it'll be in segments. I'll probably do a couple, just so it's not too long. But yeah, so we'll have a few in this video, and then we'll have a few in a couple weeks' time, and then I'll maybe do a third one. We'll see how many bits and pieces I've got to put together. So thank you everyone for helping with that one. If you haven't helped yet, or you're going to help still, thank you in advance. I'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend. I'm playing darts on Sunday this week as well. One of our games got rearranged, so I've got a nice extra night out on Sunday. Thank you, wifey, for letting me do that. Not that I asked permission, I just go, but you've got to be polite, in a couple it's 50-50 relationship wise, so 80-20. So thank you to the missus. I'll see you guys on Sunday for the darts, lads. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday for the next video. As I say, have a good weekend, and I'll see you then. Peace.